So again, a rider who's been part of so many impressive team performances for Great Britain. Carl Hester, with the horse that he partnered with just since January of this year, in the shape of the 13-year-old Dutch warmblood, FEI.
Not quite square in that initial halt. Lovely expression in this trot work. A little bit slow to develop there in the extended trot, but showing some really nice ground cover towards the end. Carl does such a great job managing quite hot horses and keeping them rideable, and doing such a fantastic job of keeping them soft and supple. Some really nice steps here in the half pass, great crossing, lovely fluency. Could maybe just do with a little bit more cadence if you're being picky, but really nice and supple and equal left to right. A little bit early into the halt, but ended up nice and square. Just getting a little bit short in the neck in the rein back.
Carl is just where he wants to be at the moment. High 70s is what the prediction would be for this pair. But again, one, Carl doesn't compete a lot. And secondly, such a short time together with FEI. Carl's program clearly works when you go back to those medals right the way through. Of course, the Windsor Europeans were a bit of a turning point for British dressage, then the Olympic gold at London 2012, and then the medals at pretty much every major championship since as well for the British team.
The score really jumping up after that Piaffe and Passage. Scored a few 9s in there, plenty of 8s.
And Carl had very happily screen grabbed that in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen at the moment, level pegging with Isabelle Werth.
Could just be a little bit more relaxed in the extended walk. Tracking up, but you'd like to see more over track for the bigger marks. Just slightly tentative in the collected walk. Again, like Gareth, Carl has such a cool head, so much experience, like you said, John. And that really, really pays off. 7.5s and 8s for the collected walk.
Polly Bryant at Horse and Hand has done the counting for me. He says it's his 22nd major championships.
Wow. And again, those scores coming through. Beautiful transitions, lovely fluency from the Passage to the Piaffe and back to the Passage again. A little pat there for FEI. And great to see this pair doing so well, like you say, so early on in their partnership together.
We're slightly ignoring it in case we scare it away, but of course down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, Carl is ahead of Isabelle Werth, the current individual ranking leader.
Super changes. Really nice and expressive. Finished a little bit early. He did start a little bit early as well. I'm not sure if that was on his terms or FEI's, but sometimes you've just got to go with what you've got. Could just extend that frame a little bit there in the extended canter. The horse just coming back at him slightly in the neck. Great balance through these canter half passes. Beautifully ridden, and Again, a double coefficient for those half passes. Great expression. Again, could be better placed and better positioned on the diagonal line, but some super steps in the changes. Really nice and uphill, great expression. And again, super balanced through the canter pirouette. Just at times, he can get a little bit short in the neck. And again, that just comes down to confirmation, like we were saying earlier. Carl doing a good job of trying to ride him out and keeping that frame nice and open. Good, just have a little bit more ground cover in the extended trot, a bit more engagement from the hind leg. Super here. This is really where he excels and picks up those marks. More 8s and 8.5s and 9s coming through for the passage. Beautiful, fluent transitions. Lovely, lovely passage. And a square halt.
Well, looking set to become our individual leader and to move Great Britain into pole position in the team competition. Carl Hester with yet another wonderful championship horse, this time the Dahl and Bigwood's Fame, knocking on the door of an 80% Grand Prix score. It won't happen today, but you can see that it is very much in this pair's future. Slightly spoiling the party here in Germany. Isabel Werth and Matthias Alexander Rath almost certainly now moving down to second and third behind Great Britain. The team, Germany, with 47 gold medals in the history of the European Dressage Championships alone. It's so positive throughout. Little but plaudits for this pair from our judges. Let's say, using the 8s, 9s and 10s, of course the average coming out between 7.5 and 8 for the score we're expecting to see here in a few minutes' time. But it's good enough at the moment, and there aren't too many horse and rider pairs here, you feel, who are going to go into 80%.
Yeah, an absolutely cracking test from Carl. He really pulls it out the bag when it matters the most. He's got such a cool head, and those piaffe and passages were just beautiful.
78.540 for Carl Hester and Fame.